everybody. Hopefully, everybody's doing well. I actually see only one person on, so it's going to be really kind of like going fast. I know I took some time off. I bought myself a Segway, and it's actually fantastic for walking tiger. I can actually go with his speed, and it's going very well. But I got very ballsy and I started going over the humps. And I didn't realize if you go over the hump very slow and if you carry a purse and groceries, you are going to end up on your behind, which I did, and it was bad. It was so bad. I didn't know where the heck I was when I fell. So, without further ado, I am changing the system. I'm changing the system because I am getting very busy in my life. So it's going to be less readings, only 4 per year. However, those readings are going to be more channeling than anything else. Yes, I'm going to use the cards, I'm going to use the tools, but we are going to kind of like do stuff that is going to be really interesting. So as you can see, I have created this just to kind of like see how this is going to work out. And it's not going to divide signs because this is pretty much for everybody. I have been discussing with a friend of mine who is very much into all this stuff. And she said, well, your readings from behind, they're like actually still valid. And this is not the first time I have heard it. So I know this kind of like really doesn't mean that certain signs are going to get this or that, but that everybody who is actually coming here is going to get a certain message. So since I'm already some 7 minutes in, and Onyx is coming here to, hi, you want to come? Coming to say hello. So he's becoming a big Casanova lover. He likes the hugs and stuff. So him on the table is a really, really good thing. So for those of you who are not familiar, this is actually a Norman board. And usually I like 8x4, which are those great gray fields. And I put these guys on the side just simply kind of like I didn't know if I'll be able to squeeze them on the bottom or not. So let me just remove this welcome sign wherever it is. So you can kind of like see a little bit more to it. But that was kind of like taking everything in account. So I probably should put that this is a winter reading so you kind of like know what is going on and we can go with that. So how I envision this is that I'm like, Lenormand is really interesting. Lenormand is very much lay of the land. This is like you're lost on the road, and Lenormand is the map you're going to take out, and it's going to, this is Onyx, and it's going to tell you, yeah, you have to go left and you have to go right. So it's going to be lots of messages. So I have decided also to use my butter dish, butter from all things, seem to be like really, really convenient to actually use a whole bunch of charms that kind of like probably can help this. So charms, tarot cards have 78 cards in it. This is like, I think, 350 of them in it. So we are going to see what comes out. And even though I'm looking at them and shuffling, I'm not particularly looking in any one in particular. So I'm going to do something like this. And so we can see what's going on. Alrighty, guys. So look at that. First on the side, which is really interesting, we have heart and we have key. So some of you here that are coming here are feeling that your love or love life is just always a little bit out of reach. This one, it's kind of like outside, but not entirely. And look at this. Some of you feel that because you have children, that because of children, like, I mean, there's like something happening. Or some of you might be experiencing, because it was here, maybe ambiguous situation with, a father of a child, mother of a child, somebody that you're really dealing with. This to me is really significant because these are actually two signs that I personally cherish in a reading. In Lenormand, the key is one of the crucial elements of the reading, and it's also master number 33. So we are going to see as we kind of like work out how everything is going to get into it. So let me try to turn them all around and position them sort of in the area where they are. And to see, it's a rabbit over here. So what do we have? A mermaid, acorn. Hopefully I'm going to know all of these English words for it. So this is a ring over here. So that's basically instead of getting another deck, even though I do actually have a deck for it, because the second part is going to go month per month per month. So we have 6-star Jewish star. So then we have a crown here. We do have Muslim moon. I don't know. Come on, like, is this conflict in the Middle East really coming in my reading? That will be kind of like weird, but maybe some of you have loved ones there, and maybe, like, I mean, this is on your mind. This will be a leaf. What is this? Oh, look at that. That's Saturn. Ah, that's really interesting, and it's in a letter. Some of you will be, and look at this. This is like, I don't even know what is that called in English. The boat wheel. I think. Pardon my figuring out. I actually know what is it called in French, volant, but I cannot tell you the word in English. In any case, it's really interesting that it's going to take some maneuvering. That some of you are expecting good news because this is falling in the house of letter. And letter is actually really important because letter always kind of like brings certain things and like we anticipating things, even though I have to say this whole meaning of letter has changed. We are now going from, hey, it's a love letter to, oh my God, I got bills again. Like, don't send me any letters because I know this is something I need to pay. But this also could be, and I'm seeing it that way because of Saturn connection, that some of you are possibly waiting for their legal decisions, right? And I really think that something, it might be delayed because we see leaves here, and that to me would signify spring. At least if you are like dealing with me, if you are in the northern hemisphere, where we are now, we are here in Canada in full winter. The trees just overnight shed all of these leaves, and that was it. Like, we are cold and we are in the winter. So that is like what is really happening over here. So it's going to take some navigating. Like, Saturn sometimes renders us hard messages. It almost like sounds to me that some of you will be maybe needing to reach a harsh decision on reality. It really tells me that you're really hoping, that you're really wanting to kind of like get something done, but that like somebody, it's almost like that there is like mediation of a sort, and you're feeling that this is not exactly what you wanted, but somebody is telling you, look, we can try to sail, but you never know what kind of like waters you're going to encounter. You never know in what you're going to go. So I kind of like advise you, like, I mean, that's that lesson. It is really interesting that I have a Saturn here. Let me see what I can use as a pointer, something really cute. I should probably have a magic wand. And that is going to be something going to do it for the future readings. Let me see if I have anything kind of like cute like that in my drawer. No, this would be the cutest thing, but I have, and it's a little bit clumsy. Maybe this one. My magic wand would be also a little bit too long, but anyway. Let's deal with this. I have cosmetic brushes. Maybe that would do, but that would do. So Saturn is Saturn is in your sign. You really need to learn how to govern yourself. During Saturn transit, we learn quite a bit. We advance quite a bit in life, but we don't have fun. Saturn is like that stern teacher who you will remember all your life because they installed the knowledge in you, but oh boy, it was tough to have that teacher while it lasted. You know what I'm talking about, right? So that's kind of like attitude I'm actually describing over here. Something like that is going to be present. Something like that is going to be here. That is going to be kind of like that is going on. Hello, Lorna. It looks like it's just you and me. and that's okay. And well, look at this, like look at how we have like these six pointed stars. Like I'm just seeing a second one, so I'll be probably coming back to that. Like I'm just pointing, there's another mermaid, so that's connecting a man and this whip. So that's really telling that some of you are going to have a really big hanky panky, a little bit of BDSM. It's going to be a little bit of these power games. So it doesn't have to be necessarily sexually, even though I see that man is going to have an upper hand. And what is the woman coming? Is it a fish or is it that's a bird? It's a bird. It's really interesting. And I looked as they were kind of spreading and falling, how for a woman, it was just like the only one symbol. But look, he's inundated. He has a pineapple. So it might be some, is this a pineapple? It could be some kind of traveling. No, it's a child. It's a girl. It is a girl. Can you see it? It's a little girl with a ponytail. So it can be a few meanings. I think, is this a guitar? What is this a guitar? Then we have a flower. So this guy is a Romeo. This guy is a really, really big Romeo. But look at this area here, the garden area. Garden area is always, always talking about dating and seeing people out. So it definitely, I have to tell you that some women are going to get the message that somebody they are interested in or they are with is very flirtatious. It's doing stuff that he or she shouldn't be doing, kind of a thing. What is problematic with this man is that he is looking for something unachievable. So look at, there are like two mermaids, right? There's like one and there's another, and he's knighting that area over there, right? So one is green and one is pink, which means both of them are connecting to heart chakra, right? Both of them are going in that area. So to me, this really talks about that this man has a perfect woman. Did you ever meet a person like that? Or maybe are you a little bit that way yourself, where you have this vision of how things should be and you go out on a date? I cannot imagine dating this person. I cannot imagine marrying this person. Off you go. You're kind of like done, right? So you have to keep this in mind. Is somebody coming here? No. Tiger is being really security today, so my apologies for barking. So this man here is chasing his perfect woman. So he wants this woman. What happened? What happened? Not telling me what happened. Okay, just give me a second. He's calling me. Anybody Tiger? What's going on? Okay, just give me a second. This must be serious. What is it? What? So I had crows. Crows are bothering him. It's really interesting because I think the crows can even be higher intelligence than dogs. Sorry to say, Tiger, but they kind of like know how to get to you, and you just chase them. You cannot get to them, right? So for some reason, I keep being continuously postponed to explain my train of thought here, which I feel it's going to be some kind of communication like that you're going to have somebody who will always try to BS, who always try to basically invalidate your feelings, who will always try to kind of like do things their way, who are kind of like going to go in that direction. And they really want somebody really proper, somebody very elegant during the day, somebody they can show off. But the moment when you come home, then he's in the control, like that she is sheepish. Look at the sheep over here and a flower. He is very much of, and sorry, this is not my type, like male pig. And he will pretend and give his friends don't know him, and it's going to be really also hard for you to know. So I'm a little bit concerned that some of you might find yourself in codependent relationships. This man could be very narcissistic, and there could be issues of that sort, right? And so I am warning you, and like I'm telling you, women, you might have a girlfriend and you will have somebody you can talk to. And that is going to be your key. Do not allow this person to take you off this path. You need to have this person, you need to have a way of kind of like shaking things up and kind of like dealing with that. It's very, very important, right? Look at that. Here with the ring, we have a unicorn in a ring. So this is a commitment. And again, this could be connected to this man that you find maybe somebody, and this guy is going to schmooze you. Oh my gosh. Look at what we have here. We have a flower. We have a piece. We have butterfly over here. We have cross. Oh, he is the most religious person. He's even going to the church. Just to let you know. Oh my gosh. Um, this is a Christmas tree over here that I have. For some reason, I'm thinking this could be somebody from work or somebody with whom you're going to be in some kind of like situation. But look at it. You have like these protection from the evil. It's really interesting. It says handmade. On one side, on the other one side, it's also saying handmade. Huh, interesting. Handmade. I don't think this is handmade, so that's a message. Is he going to kind of take credit for the stuff? Then we have a cat over here. This could, oh, I love this. Look at this. You have the Ace of Hearts. This is a Knight of Cups. Look at that. Look, you have the Knight of Cups over here showing up right here. So this is going to be hard. So what is this? Oh, that's a witch. That's a witch. This guy is going to have stories about his exes. I don't know what this is. This is like a bow tie of some sort. But look at how much it's happening over here. So this guy is, holy moly, master of disguise. This guy is so charming that I absolutely understand why you're falling for this person. This person is basically saying every right thing. He is going to schmooze you. He's going to woo you. You're going to be getting flowers. Or at the very least, he might be cheap also. He will present himself as a very kind of respectful, as a very freedom loving, as a very God fearing, obeying. So look at this. Interesting. We have two religions, Christianity and Muslim, and in the center of the reading we have Judaism. So this guy will not care. Like he's going to just adapt himself to whatever you are. So this is also like telling me like what kind of like narcissistic ability he has. Hello, Ikat. Welcome. It's just few of us today, and that's because I was kind of like erratic with my readings, but it's okay. The small company is the best company. But look at that. He might even have some people on the side. I don't know. For some reason, I saw this cat because I was thinking when I was buying these charms, and I was thinking, like, so which one is going to represent me? Which one is going to tell you, you will be coming to me? So leave this door open. But this guy will, if he finds out, he will storm down on you because he is trying to find something in you that he can kind of reign over you. Because all of these religions, and I don't care if you're religious or not, religions are made to subordinate women. And any man in 21st century that is using religion as a tool is pretty much a tool himself. So it's either that or he's using that as a heavy manipulation. Look at that. It's a song and he wants to do it. It's just like he might have a child, or he might like really young women, or he might even, I don't know why this came to me, that he might pretend that he has a child, or it might be the story. For some reason, I'm seeing this witch. Actually, that could be actually representing me too, but it's witch and a cat are together here, so I think both of them could be. He might be telling you, oh, my ex is a witch, oh, poor me. And that's kind of like where he's getting in. So if that's somebody new, or if your friends are telling you, already warning you about this person, if there's like something like that already happening and you were just brushing this off because he's wonderful. Do you know how these people operate? On my other channel, I actually even had a reading, and like I stopped it because I froze. It was like so accurate about how to deal with this narcissism, and that some of us can shake it off. We all get bruised, we all get injured, all of us. But some of us can shake it off easy, and some of us can't. So, especially if you stay pregnant with a person like that, then you're stuck basically at least for at least until the child is grown up, if not for a lifetime, because you're going to see this person on the events and everything else, and they will not miss them in order to show off somebody new. So narcissists, if they're showing us who they are, so just think about, there's like a really handsome mask on the outside, there's like a really good package, there's like really good presentation. Usually majority of the successful people have very, very strong streak of that kind, right? Otherwise they wouldn't get there. Like, it takes a certain protocol, a certain process, and certain lack of emotional engagement to kind of like get in the really high places. So they take this mask down once when something is not going their way. And we all have a little bit of narcissism in us. We all freak out when something is out of control. So keep this in mind, right? But this guy, oh my God, that's a scene of the scene. And you can test it on small things just to see if he's going to take, let's say, responsibility for something, if he forgets something, if he does something else, and then is he going to apologize, right? Sometimes people, I don't know, cut you off, and they will say, I'm sorry. In Canada, we say, I'm sorry a little bit too much, but you know what I mean. But when you're dealing with narcissists, they will tell you, watch where you're going. Like, right, it's completely different. That kind of like reaction that is either not proportionate or that is like out of the left field is something that you need to kind of like take. You need to take it down. You know what they say? Trust them when they tell you who they are. That is how they are telling you who they are. Let me continue to kind of like do it. So this is a cloud and this is a butterfly. So we have a little seahorsey over here, and then we have a crown over here. Just going to start turning them on. So this is a gift in between, and again we have a little bit of flowers. I like it. We have lots of flowers, and again we have, like, you know what, this conflict in the Middle East is coming here. I'm trying to figure out why. What exactly is this? Oh, that would be probably Phoenix. All right, would you agree? It's a phoenix kind of like spreading his wings. And this is coming right here, like so. There's an apple. So it is going to be some kind of temptation. But look at that. This is all again coming severely close, and it's like in the center of it. It's almost like sounds like that. Maybe even if this is not your thing, that you are like immediately engaged to this conflict, somehow this conflict is going to be really important to all of us. Otherwise, and I really hope this doesn't turn into something like of a global problem, because this is clearly coming through this reading. And not only that we are going to have that conflict, which, look, it's coming in the center of the reading over here, in the center, like we are looking this, because these 4 cards are actually supposed to be here on the bottom, right? But we also have our own personal turmoil with some men. And this is really hard. And even if this is somebody at work, this person, I mean, it doesn't have to be men, but I like somebody who does have masculine abilities, who is like really much a social climber, who is kind of like going in that direction, right, and doing this kind of stuff. So that's going to be really, really interesting there. But he is very opinionated. He has very strict rules, and he wants other people to obey them, even though with the other side of his mouth, he'll be telling how freedom-loving he is, how he embraces everybody. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Far from it. So let's see what else. So that was a gift I said. So this one here is, I thought it was an elephant at a first glance. And now I'm thinking butterfly. I'm going to stick with the elephant. I think there is a trunk or something over here. And we have a star, five-sided star. So I'm going to see it more connecting to the star in tarot. Oh, here we have a whale, and a very happy whale. There's another seahorsey over here. Oh, we have avocado. Somebody's going to be eating avocado sandwiches, or somebody here is going to start a business with avocado sandwiches, or somebody is maybe, well, because this is going. Oh, look at the skull over here. Oh, we have another key. Look at that. Like we have another key over here, which is important. What will be this? Is this a shoe or this is a carriage? What is this? Okay, this is a little bit hard for me to figure out because I do see wheels. I do see wheels. Thank you, ECAT. You guys tell me, right? You can see it like they're almost like a wheels of some sort. Am I looking on the right side? Maybe this side. Oops. It almost looks like a tower on the top. Over here. But it goes this way. It just almost looks like tower on the motorbike of some sort. Hard to tell. But it could be a shoe. So most likely it's a shoe because that's kind of like would more make sense than anything else, right? So shoe in the star. It's a butterfly. Is this a crown? It's a crown again. We have a diamond. And that's really good. Actually, I really like this. So what is this? We have another Saturn over here, or something is, oh my gosh, we have a heart in the heart area. And we have another key over here. We have, oh, look at that. We have love. Oh my goodness, love arrows. And again, could it be this guy? Could it be this charmer? This charmer is so hard to resist. So you have never heard me say this, but you're going to hear it now. If you meet somebody and you say to yourself, oh boy, all my life I waited and I waited and I thought, why is this not happening to me? And then you meet somebody who is just Mr. or Mrs. Wonderful. Beware. Nothing wrong with you. It's just like this person is wired differently. Be very, very, very slow in integrating with this person, because not everybody is going to allow this person to take over. Some of you, and I can see it here, some of you are really, really strong people. Look at this with the crossroads. Crossroads is music. You really want something lighter. You want something romantic. You want a gift and you want to give gifts, especially because we are going into kind of like really difficult, economical things where we are like kind of like going paycheck to paycheck and we are kind of like doing different things. This is kind of going to be relief. It's not going to be anything expensive, but it's going to be something that is going to make love and life very interesting. Like kind of like going to a dollar store, finding something cute, and then spending like 1 hour to wrap it up really nicely and kind of like deal with that. So that's going to be really, really interesting, right? What exactly is this? This is almost like some kind of game. Look at how beautiful this is. This almost looks so beautiful as a pendant. I don't know. Maybe to me, being Aquarius, it really is appealing because of all of these green and blue colors, right? Your truly Cat Tarot logo, and I'm definitely claiming this to be mine. Look at that. That's not the same. It's similar. I think this is a starry sky here as well. Where was this? That was like, forgot where it was. I think here. Need to leave it. Then we have a dragonfly here. Then we have cherries here. And the last four I'm going to read last because they are kind of like a mini reading in itself. So we have another Saturn over here. What is this? Oh, that's another butterfly. It's a dolphin and stars. And it is all in sections that is sort of like buried. That's sort of something you want to leave behind. But look at this star. And this could have very well be an error because it's not symmetrical. It's kind of shooting out. It's a shooting star. So guys, I'm reading winter. So what do I consider winter? I'm considering if you want winter in Canada, it is everything from now until May. No, but seriously, I'm considering like anything from 1st of December to December, January, February. I guess let's go until the 21st of March. So that will be kind of like these 3.5, 4 months that we are really looking into it, or from today to the 21st of March. That's because we are technically still in fall, but I'm covering this today for the first time around, and in the future I'll be covering just 2 months. The reason I'm covering 4 now is I have to do the annual readings, and I don't know if I'll be able to take new clients this year because now I'm working full time. I'm still having my part-time coaching business. I'm doing this. So there's like not much time left. And my annual readings are exhausting. I can max do one after work, and that's only if I didn't have a heavy day. So I'm just going to take my regular clients, and only when this is done, and it's going to be done somewhere by possibly February, I can take the others. So sorry about that. Let's keep flipping. Is there something? Oh, look at that. There's like actually a heart. But look at this heart is almost like, talking about a bubble. Are you kind of seeing? Talking about a heart. And it was here in a sickle thing. And this one is, this one is a carrot with a heart, but it's a white carrot with a black heart. So I don't know, like, I mean, in this house, sickle or scythe always talks about severance, always talks about something that needs to go, always talks about issues that will not go forward. And sometimes that's a good thing, sometimes that's a bad thing. So you kind of also look where it cuts. So it's not only in this house, which is the immediate impact, but it's also kind of like going out that way, right? So we are kind of like doing this way. So what is this one? This one is, oh, that one is a pumpkin. So that's a Halloween. And then we have a flowers and the flowers here. So it almost looks to me that you are either letting somebody go or you're thinking about somebody, because look at the dolphin. Like, why would dolphin be in the house of a coffin? And the shooting star, I get it. So somebody is going to pop up. So it kind of like tells me that there are people in your life who left imprint. It's just like a stamp. Like in the old times, they had these what are they called? Cylinders, something cylinders, where they would kind of carve stuff on the cylinder and you would really roll it, and that was like your approval to purchase something, or like kind of like voucher of some sort, right? I think that people we meet in life, especially the people we exchange bodily functions with, leave imprint on us. They maybe even change our DNA. And we have to be very careful. And I know that was like all the stories, be careful who are getting involved, blah, blah, blah. And this is all kind of like laughing matter. But I think there is some truth to it, because we need to be very careful with really how we share our energy of some sort. Be very careful with the gossip, because look at it. The key is with the spirits. And I don't know if you noticed that when I created this is not like, not all of them are traditional. I was really thinking if I should put a motorbike or a rider here, and then I did decide I'll put a rider. So this usually is either birds or owls, and I put parrots. Parrots, we still don't know if they are so smart, that they kind of like figure out what to do, or they are just simply parroting what we say. In any case, we can take that as both meanings, that you have to be really careful. You have to be mum, kind of like you have to lock it. Some secrets you really, really have to keep to yourself. Look at this. Somebody might be simply revealing something of yours that you might not really like. Then we have the tree, sorry, the tree, the ship, and then we have a bike. So there is like clearly something talk about a travel of some sort happening, for sure. And usually this is a travel overseas, but this is like a really short travel. Look at that. We have a rabbit here. So we are talking, I don't know, when is Easter falling this year? We are talking about something is going to be happening at that time. Is this turtle? This must be turtle. Yeah, look at this. Like travel, like, like, and there is some kind of celebration. It could be a birthday party of some sort. And there is like triangle, and it's also turquoise triangle. So some of you are in a triangle. Some of you want to move away from it. Some of you want to declare that you're celebrating. And I think you're going to be successful. Somewhere around Easter, there are going to be something going on. But then right after that, you're still going to have some back and forth. It must be that we are. See, I'm not even looking Mercury retrograde, nothing. I just wanted this reading to be just simply clean, to simply be channeling what messages they get. And I was looking for ability that I'm not constrained only to 78 cards, that actually there is more to it. I'm going to constrain it later. I'm going to go month per month per month. But right now I'm just looking a global picture for entire winter for every single one of you. So we have a key, we have a seahorse, and seahorse is a luck, and we have a flower here, and we have the sea star over here in the house. So like, why am I thinking like, why is it crossing through my mind? House on the coast, some house close to the water, or some of you might be decorating things in a coastal motive for some sort. Some of you are moving because the key is happening. Some of you are maybe spending winter like a snowbird because of health reasons. What is this? Is this a snail? No. That would be a lollipop, I think. And this is a crown. And it says something on it. Does it say also handmade? What does it say? Or these are diamonds? Or is it? It does say something on that I can decipher, because these are just too deeply engraved for me to do it. Or this could be just simulating a diamonds. But most likely, let me see, does it say anything? See? That's literally how I see it, like kind of like blur in it. But this is in a house of health. This is in a house of, so some of you will just go crazy with your diet. Some of you are not going to really be very oriented, and you're going to say, and this could simply mean that you're on a vacation. This could be also a vacation house, something that is going to make you feel very healthy. Some of you might go on a retreat and kind of like do something traveling in terms of health, and that's why it would make sense. You want to travel, and then like somehow the things are not lining up, and the probably gets either canceled or it gets a different format. Instead of traveling, it's a one day or it's a one weekend, and then you're saying, okay, like we go later, but then later, instead of this big trip, it's a very small trip, right? And then there's like something happening, and maybe something even happening like in your own kind of like home base, that you're kind of like dealing something with it there, right? It could be kind of like doing it in that direction. Like then we have like a little kind of like those what is this called? Cactus, right? Like, and then we have a fish. Like now when I'm learning other language, like it's starting to mix everything, all the languages that I know. Oh, we have musical notes, and they have a little kind of like technical errors. So something is off key. Look at that. Like for some reason it showed up, and that's with a fox. And be careful. There's another key here. So this foxy here, and then we have square, right? We had a triangle here. We have a square here, and then we have a pentacle here. So these, I think, are very important. And we had a circle here. So I'm looking at this kind of like geometry as, to me, that's kind of like really important. It's almost like some kind of guide. Oh, look at this. We have a missing heart or broken heart here. Or looking for the second part, or looking for your twin flame, looking for your soulmate. So we have like, I mean, that little child horsey, like, right? The little kind of like toy. What would be this? It's a fish. It's an angel fish. It's another star. I'll just put them all over. And it's a Santa boot over here. And it's in a mice. Okay, so some of you, you're getting this warning from me. Warning is, be very careful how much money you dish out for Christmas, because this can be like the Saturn that they showed up 3 times in the reading. So there's one. Where was the second one? I forgot exactly locations. We are going to see them, because like they're like denoting that you have to be very stern with yourself, right? So be very careful that you don't overextend yourself. Literally, I would say buy things with cash, not on credit. If you can't afford it with cash, just do not buy it. I'm just trying to look. Where are the others? Where are the others? That's a B. Where are the other Saturns that I've seen? One was like really gorgeous with all of the diamonds in it. Now that I can actually quickly locate it. What is this one? This one is... I was like, this looks like a heart, right? Like I was like trying to make a shape, and isn't it that kind of like, it's not perfect, but it's for a heart. But then I flipped it over and it's a rose, and it's, yeah, of course, the rose is also kind of like signifying heart, like you see, kind of intuitively going in that direction. That's like the skull. And of course, actually, this is not bad. Somebody's going to be revealed for who they are. Somebody is a snake. And what is this? I'm supposed to look at it this way. Is this a makeup mirror? I cannot think what this would be. You guys chime in. But I'm going to go with mirror, mirror on the wall. Tell me who is the fairest of them all. There's somebody who is vain, who kind of like feels that, everybody should go under their feet. Hello, Chris. How are you doing? Good to see you guys. So there's like somebody who is literally parading and thinking that, they need to attract attention. And now it just makes sense, because this person probably was presenting to be your friend. But look, the skull is connecting with somebody. So somebody might be giving you a shoulder to cry, but not so much because they want to kind of soothe your pain, or they want to take care of you, but just because who else is going to come? Who else is going to come to your life that they can put their pangs on it, right? It's the person, I don't even know if they're like understanding how calculating they are. Introduce them to this guy. Like you are resolving the problem, kind of like with the situation. But that's something really, really happening. So this person is not into your life to take money away from you. At least not this person. What is this one here? Oh, is this a blue rose, or that's a tulip? I would say blue rose. Blue rose means memories of some sort. There are roses here. So this could be somebody from the past. This could be somebody who, bringing like with them memories of something. And then again, like we had this like child, and he either has a baseball hat, and I think that was going to be the last moment, and maybe this is why we have this lollipop. So be careful of the um, diet habit of your kids, I would say. Or if you want to be kid and if you just want to kind of like throw caution in the wind, then I would say don't, because this is not necessarily bad, but like it's falling in the tree house, and tree is connecting with health, right? So tree is really interesting card because whether you want it or not, and I didn't put more than one tree. I purposely just put one. I said, okay, well, it's just like not overdo it, because more trees are kind of like reason for worry. But trees do kind of like creep into the reading. Look, the trees are even in this kind of like image here. The trees are here in a garden, right? Is the tree creeping in anywhere else? Hopefully not. So trees can kind of like indicate this. I have also used a different lily. I didn't use traditional lily, but I used water lily. That's also for a reason, because it kind of goes up and opens and then goes at night and closes, and it goes all the way up. It has to make this effort to get there, because the lilies are talking about the past. And it tells me by using a water lily that this past is something that has been rooted, that it's kind of like leaving kind of like these kind of like little tentacles outside, but it's being rooted somewhere, right? And I really think that some of you are realizing that you should be, look at this, like the seahorse over here, that you should kind of like put the crown on. Maybe you're realizing that you really need to kind of treat yourself. I had a friend over here, and my dog is in love with her. And she made a comment at one point, which I'm going to use over and over and over in my readings. And that comment is, I wish that I find a boyfriend that treats me like your dog. Because my dog was loving. He wanted to hug. He wanted to kiss. He was just staring at her. It was just admiration without any reservation. It was just incredible. So that is kind of like what is really telling me over here, right? We have lots of things here happening in the mice section. Mice is talking about, just to jump this a little bit here, because that's kind of like umbrella over here, heart. I think it would be sunflower. The birds, and birds eat sunflower. Elephants, they might be eating sunflowers. There are cherries. The cherries could be more like in this sun house. What is this? What? Oh, that's the angelfish. Somebody want to have something really. So what is mice? Mice is some kind of damage. So they're like some negative cards in Lenormand. So like a sickle or skate would be one of those negative ones. I guess the fox can be seen a negative one. Of course, the coffin, the snake, the clouds could be a negative one. The cross is a negative one. Moon here could be a negative one. Tower is a very, very stern one. Mountain being one of the most negative ones as well. A ring and book can go either way, so they're neutral, so they can kind of like swing both ways. I think even snake can actually swing both ways, because snake is in your life because you really have some kind of karmic involvement with this person. You just put the line down. This flashing sun over here, which is kind of like lovely to see. Hi, Sophie girl. Nope. You can't move it. You cannot move it. Thank God it was Safi, not Onyx, who is like much bigger to kind of do it. Onyx is a really, really big cat. Hello, Crystal. Safi, did we say slowly? Slowly. Let me just have a sip of coffee. Lot of talking. So hopefully, guys, like, I don't know, this came to me that I want to do this format. Look at it. I'm doing it an hour and I'm still not very close. I want to cover some messages. So I didn't even uncover them all. I'm seeing this and I was looking for Saturn, and then I got sidetracked and I wanted to say something else, and I still didn't find all of these Saturns that are happening. So anyway, let's go into some really good stuff. So there is like this sunshine, but it has this like broken heart over here, and there is like this arrow. But honestly, even though I know this is not a puzzle, and I don't know if there's another one exists with the other side of the heart, which I'm hoping and assuming, but it would take a while to kind of like really look for it and find it. I will actually make an effort to do that. Um, but I have to tell you, I have to go with my intuition and seeing this arrow, like something happening in a butterfly and the cherry, like cherry to me, I don't know, it does have a sexual connotation. It's like a really sexy fruit and it looks very, very nice. I was like feeling this is a missing part, right? And this is happening. You see, I would read this differently if it fell, for example, in the house of a snake, but this is falling in the house of the sun. And this could be somebody from the past. It's why I was looking at this lily and this seahorse. And seahorse is like something that we don't necessarily keep, but it's something that was in our lives. It could be something like high school reunion where you had a crush on somebody, but it never happened. It was like you were not in his league or vice versa. But now it's years later and people lives change and we get baggage and we get more or less normalized, most of us, right? Hi, Onyx. So I really feel that maybe that somebody from the past is now, especially look at that. It's somebody who is going to introduce a counterbalance. So how this happens with things from the past and people from the past, they don't have to necessarily always um, be that person per se, because how this works, we come here to kind of like live this lifetime, live this kind of like what we need to do, right? And if the person who we wrote in, if they took one of their exits, they're already gone, or for some reason their initiation didn't happen, didn't show up, like the role is still going to play for us. We are just going to go, well, let's get a replacement actor, let's get in. So somebody's going to come into your life who's going to play this role. And this person, and we have been sometimes called to play these roles, right? Sometimes you probably have noticed that with some people, we are just mean. Or with some people, we're just, bitchy. With some people, we are like overly romantic and we don't know, like, well, this is not really me. Why did I have that, right? So this is when we are basically pushed into that energy because we need to play that energy for somebody. The moment when this person is gone, the energy is gone. We don't behave this way and we're like, scratching head, what the hell has happened? Kind of like what has happened in the situation, right? So we also have the cherries here. So this is something connecting. And I really think that either that person per se from the past or somebody like that person having all these qualities might actually pull in your life. So as much as this is literally, he's going to even call himself Prince Charming. He will call himself Knight in the Shining Armor, Prince Charming, something of these kind of like cheesy sort. And something with the mistletoe over here. I have a really good feeling about us. It's going to be very targeted kind of like vocabulary that will be coming through, men or female. Like, right? That's going to be like I'm talking about. Let's take this figure is like you, and this is identifying your partner, kind of like more or less like in the situation. So in terms of the crossroads, you have lots of decisions to make. This person also could be a very different religion, even though I said he's going to play into any religion you are, into any belief you are, and you're going to think that this is kindred spirit because of it, because that's a chameleon of a massive, massive things. So the Saturn here, that could mean that he's a Capricorn or Aquarius. I guess that could mean, but it's not exactly on him over here. He could be Virgo as well, or he could be a Leo as well. So keep some of those in mind, right? Or could be Libra. So I'm seeing these signs that can be very prevalent for this person, or they will be very, very strongly positioned in the chart. What else? Is that another skull over here? I thought the skull was there, or is it? Oh, it is. There are two. So you will also let's go serious. and there is like another triangle, like with sort of like a barrier in it. So be very careful, guys, because I see these triangular things happening, but I also see that some of you are going to be mesmerized with this new person. As I said, you're going to feel that you deserved it. You're going to feel that finally somebody like that is happening. That's only natural. Most of us, hello, Kelsey. It's only natural that kind of like we feel stuff like that because, we all have a rough road. Like, I mean, and we all need to talk about it. But also at the same time, there is somebody here who is right. Absolutely. But this person doesn't, French says brille, brilliant, brille, doesn't shine as much, right? This person is like bigger than life. This person has nice clothes, well put together. Hello, Onyx. Bringing flowers. It's just like, no, I'm old fashioned. I'm old school. That's what I want. And if that's a woman, she always proper. She always kind of has it. Somebody thought, like, well, like all my life, I didn't meet a person like that. Well, that person is not that way. This person is this way because they're playing this role. And they're not particularly playing this role to take advantage of you. They are just having fun. I actually have, I would not say a friend, a colleague who is prima facie narcissist. And he's married, has been married since very early, since his university years, has two children, two women, like they're like now in their mid 20s, I think. One is still in high school, and he cheats on his wife all the time. His wife is clueless because he does it on business trips. He does it, and he brags to his friends. He doesn't even hide it. And I did ask him once. I said, "Why do you do it? Like, are you not, concerned that your wife is going to find out?" He goes, "No, she's not going to find out. She's not going to trust because she kind of sees a different side of me when I'm at home." I said, "What side of that? What side is that?" He said, "I'm very grumpy. I just tell her, I'm impotent, so I don't have to sleep with her." And I said to her, I think that he said that he has a tinnitus. What is like the ringing in the ear? And he said, and all these other women that really don't represent anything to me. This is just sex, pretty much. He said, that's all I want. If they want more, they're gone out of my life. I just cannot handle burdens. I was like shocked actually hearing this coldness and complete disinterest in everybody. He did have some emotional response when it came to his kids. He kind of like felt they're important, but I also, when push came to shove, he also was sacrificed for something that is very important to him. But the best part was like, I mean, when he felt, how he can, uh, the reason why he does it, the reason why he goes toward all these women, he finds it's a challenge, it's a chase, and he likes that. So clearly, he also knows that he needs therapy. He also knows that this is very sociopathic behavior, but I help myself kind of a thing. This guy is kind of like a big charmer. Andy, where are you? Come over. I told Andy just like she was supposed to be here. I said, let's new concept, just wait for it. But come over. I'm just finishing this part. I'll be starting a new one. Just give you time to arrive and be on this end. So keep this in mind. But guys, as much as shiny and beautiful and gorgeous, Mr. Wonderful, Mrs. Wonderful, the situation is, look at the apple. An apple is here with a mountain, but it's also Phoenix. It's also this kind of like Jewish, kind of like 6-star. And to me, this is two connected triangles. And I'm seeing, I love 6-star for me because to me that represents Merkaba, and Merkaba is our energy field. Merkaba is like our integrity. Who should we be? And Andy, I was just talking about you actually earlier. I said that I have a friend who said that she would want to find a boyfriend who is as loving, as caring as how Tiger loves her. And that's kind of like what should be. And guess what? Somebody like that is actually arriving here. You guys just will miss it if you are too mesmerized with this person who is offering all kinds of stuff, all kinds of misdirections. Be also very careful. This person could actually play a very important role in life. He could be a judge. He could own a company. He can be very, very powerful. So all I'm saying is integrate very slowly, because even with narcissists, things can work out. You have to ask yourself if you want to be this wife who doesn't know that she's being cheated on, right? But who lives happily thinking that she has a wonderful and perfect marriage. That's what this guy offers. He offers that imagery. That's your Elon Musk over here, ladies and gentlemen, right? But we had this pearl and we had this music next to Tiger over here. See, Tiger made his appearance over here. There's a loyalty. It's a loyalty of that is like unique. It's rare to find. And it's something that is like extremely important. You either have a friend of a sort that is like this, or somebody who is giving this to you, who is no, no, no. We're not going to walk on it, mister. We are not going to walk on it, right? So that is going to be a rock. And it's going to be somebody who maybe already was in your life, who was helping you to cut off. Because this carrot, and I did see the orange carrot somewhere else. So here's another Saturn, another one. And now I can't think of the first one. It has this first one. There was the third one as well. I don't know, for some reason I'm thinking it was somewhere in this area. Not that I can locate it right now. So there was like something in the past, or there's like some kind of addiction that somebody is going to point out to you. Somebody's going to say, hey, you know what, like we really need to look into that. This is another trigger that you have when you're codependent. So what happens, you fall for somebody, and when you fall for a person, you kind of like want to win them. So I also been in this situation, and I did see it in the cards, but no, it's not going to happen to Mel. No. So they woo you. They're really nice. You're just the entire world. Like they're just completely dedicated to you. And then, they introduce you to their parents, introduce their life to coworker. You are not seeing any red flags because this person appears to be very transparent with you, right? And then out of nowhere, there's this mention of the ex, and there's this mention of a recent ex, and a very deep involvement with this recent ex. And in my opinion, in my case, I even spoke to that ex because everything for me was so shocking, and my analytical Aquarius nature kicks in, and she basically and I concluded this guy is probably not the first time doing that. And both of us actually walk away. I was even engaged. She was engaged, but she didn't get a ring. And I didn't get a ring, but I just didn't want to stay there. So this poor guy, he was desperate to create a perfect life. So he was looking for a woman who's going to fit into that. He would be buying a Sub-Zero fridge, a tiny little freaking townhouse, just because if your boss shows up, he can, show that he has a Sub-Zero fridge. Like, he kind of like had this kind of thought. So kind of like be careful for it. We all can fall for it. The problem is like that as I said, you kind of integrate. No matrix. We integrate with them, and when we integrate with them, they leave the scar, and we have to remedy that scar, right? But you guys have something very warm here, very beautiful here coming, that is just going to look like, let's go for a coffee, and it's not going to go for, we need to date. It's going to be very slow and very nice. Do not turn back to this person. That is something really lovely, because look what you were getting here. So in the heart segment, you got one heart, you got a second heart, you got a whale, which is like so happy. You have a love arrow, and you might, if that's what you want, have babies or have something that is very innocent. I would say that we can kind of like interpret this as innocence. And also we have umbrella that is going toward these stars. And this umbrella is, to me, suggestion is like, you're being carried with that lightness. This is a light energy. I'm feeling light energy. It's with the sun. The moon simply has, which I said this would represent me and my readings. This witch, whatever it was, she would probably represent me. The cat will represent me. So here, like in this case, this man would really fear me because I can put a stop to this nonsense, kind of like in a curse that has been, well, let's call it curse. I don't really call it curse, but that influence that kind of has happened. But moon itself here, with this other person, there is like no jealousy of some sort. Like, I mean, this is actually a good symbol to be in the moon because it means the person is also very spiritual and it's open. As much as you have this like rigid religious kind of like attitude, here it is like everything goes. Let's see what works. Let's see what works for us. I love this segment here. And this is not next to anchor because anchor will be like down here, but these last connect. And they connect, they're all positive. So we have a butterfly and a fish, which means I'm not really concerned with finances with any one of you. For any one of you, it might be a little bit later. It might feel like, that you have to save for a rainy day. You're not going to be destitute. You're not going to be like any kind of like major problem like that. There's like, I mean, I put a cherry on top of it, so there's like a little bit smaller version of a cherry, but they're almost like more pronounced. There's like dragonfly, which is lovely, which means, there's like some kind of like establishment of some sort. There are no harsh lessons to learn in this period. So in this kind of like walking from my cats, we also have another butterfly that kind of like shifted aside. So all of you who are listening to this, guys, you are having Lorna, did you not say that you are getting messages? I think you just said it to us on the forum. I was getting feathers. I went for a massage and it was like spectacularly clean thing, and I started seeing feathers falling, right? And it was a big white feather inside. So I asked her, hey, do you like have feather pillows? Because I was trying to kind of explain this. No, they're not feathers. Some people are allergic and blah, blah, blah. But while before seeing, noticed that feather, like it was like the vision of my dad was coming to me, like in this massage. And massage also release, and you're like very open, especially to us empaths, feel like super open in situation. That's why you have to be very careful who you choose for that situation. But you know what? Like, I mean, I thought before I saw the feather that, like, there's a visitation of my father. I felt masculine, very familiar energy, right? And then I saw the feather. So I took the feather with me. It's still in my car. I didn't bring it to the house because sometimes, they want to kind of like enter in there. So it's really interesting. Lastly, on this end, I want to cover this mice house, which I was avoiding. Mice can be issues because mice eat and damage everything that is ahead of them, and then they poop, so they leave damages and all kind of stuff. Hey, good morning, creative. How are you doing? So be careful of, again, ego issues could be careful. Be careful of overspending. Definitely, this is the only thing that I'm telling you. The mountain is a mountain. You're going to become a phoenix. It's going to be some hardship. It's going to be the temptation, like it's a Eve in Eden with freaking apple. Especially men will be really, really tempted, and is going to feel faded, but you'll have to renew yourself from the situation. And I think even many of us we find somebody, and then we'll have to be pulled and allow somebody to take this light. And what we're going to learn from this other person is how this other person sees the world, and their worldview is very, very different, right? So this is the big segment of money. Bears are money, and bear is like protectiveness. It could be our parents, right? So we have a skull, so it looks like we maybe have a parent that is no longer around. I don't know why avocado is there, unless unless we can also interpret that as like that evil eye, right? Kind of like protect yourself, don't don't blab anything because we already got this message here. Be very careful. Don't give private things to strangers. Really, really think twice before giving this, because people are very careful with this, because some people tell them the situation and that they tell them to control them. So don't be that. Don't be that person. With clouds, well, this is a desert and this is a water of some sort, some kind of confusion. I feel this is relating to this trip that is not materializing for some reason. So this new person is going to teach you certain things. That money is not everything. That money is important, but that you need to be comfortable. It's almost like you're going to get different messaging. You need to be comfortable, and let's strive to that. We don't have to have everything, kind of like a thing. And also I feel this person is very much into this avocado keeps coming to me. Is like, let's have a super small business, let's have a lemonade stand, let's have something small that can bring it. But I am also feeling this is coming as some kind of like a debt payment or repayment. There's like something that has to be resolved financially in order to be strong, because then we have the stars house, and stars is like dreams and accomplishments, everything's happening. So we have this like almost like Cinderella shoe, something that couldn't make it. And we have the flower over here. This is the regular flower. I think this might be I don't know, poppy seed. It's something else. So we have another Saturn here, but we have a diamond. But here Saturn, as I said, it's a stern teacher. But here on this side, so this was a Saturn orange and this is Saturn pink. It was like, again, I cannot find the Saturn diamond. Let me try to scan through it, because this is going to bug me. Saturn, 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 Saturn. I know that I've seen it somewhere else, and I'm going to be bugged or blame on my animals if I don't find it very soon. I don't think that's a Saturn. Right here. Don't see it, don't see it, don't see it, don't see it. I am not crazy. Maybe it was just from the other side that I thought it was Saturn, but right now I cannot see it. I know it was the third one. I know it, but anyway, I cannot see it now. Did I think this was a Saturn? No, I couldn't think that was a Saturn. And I remember it had like kind of like little kind of glittery stuff in the middle. Not that I can see it right now, but it is what it is. So let's deal with what we have. So okay, a rabbit in a clover. It's talking about you're really going to get lucky when you need to be lucky. You're going to pull the rabbit out of the hat when you need it. So that is going to be very beneficial for you to kind of like handle it. Very good. Dealing with an authority, do everything by the book. Trust your friends. With the other friends who are very vain, they're going to almost like implode, because they have this blue rose. Blue rose is something that they have to deal with. So this is like comeuppance for them. They have to deal with that situation that is also crucial to them and for them. It's going to be something that almost like they will need you. And you have to handle the situation with lots of kind of like velvet gloves, because they literally need a friend. They need help. But they also need to learn the lesson. They need to learn the value of heart to heart, of the truth. Some of you guys are getting rid of the old habits that the Just give me, guys, 2 seconds. I'll be right back. So it's a two of us, guys, here. And Tiger is very, very vocal, dealing with
And that's why I was going to just sit outside.
I know. I was like, it's -7 outside. What the hell are you doing?
Oh, no, I just thought, just.
Okay, guys. See, Tiger's doing a sound check. Also, you're like hilarious. Yes, exactly it. Okay, before I close this, are there any questions over here? Like anything that you guys want to know? What did you think about this new format?
So far, yeah. I just got bits and bits.
Okay, you didn't get everything. Okay. So anybody who has a question, guys, now that we can probably hear each other, let me know so I can answer this question while I see this, because I'm going to the next stage of it. I bought some different decks, so we're going to go month per month. If I don't get any question, I'm just going to move on. If Safi wants to come. Yeah.
Hi, baby.
Hi, baby. Yeah, we have a family meeting. Okay, nobody is saying anything. Thank you, ECAT. Isn't this like give us a little bit more variety than what usually we would have? I think this is kind of what's really, really interesting. And my butter dish, I think, claimed this kind of what's up, Seth? This is not, they are not treats. Oh, I think that's maybe what I thought it was a Saturn, but it was just a peace sound, peace sign. So let's go. We are going to the next stage. So we are going to go December, January, February, and March. A few cards for each month so we can see the flavors of this month and just to see what we need to look into and deal with. All right, Safi. Here we go. Did I pick them all up? I hope so. There's nothing here. Okay, madam. Let's close this. Look at this. Can you move? Can you move? Yeah. You can move? Yeah. Good job. Good job. So, let's go. We get the second part now. Just put my winter really scene over here. And a cat in the winter. So let's do it. So we have 4 different decks. Actually, I have one more deck, a little Prince deck, but I don't know if I'm going to get to it. So we are going to go with in December first, and December is the darkest month, isn't it? So I'm going to take Tarot de la Nuit for that month. And we are going to check what is going on over there. Excuse me, madam. Excuse me. Yeah, I do love you. Yeah, you need to be petted right now. Yeah. You would not believe it. Safi is like pushing her head over here. So let's see.
Tiger and Erica, we had a moment. We had kisses.
Oh, Tiger is now. He smelled you. I think he doesn't see well. There's a coffee over there. It's very weak coffee. I think I put a double of water, but you can go and just grab it. See what kind of hostess I am, or do we even need this? I guess we don't need that.
She's a beautiful hostess.
Yeah. Just go and get yourself stuff. Here. Let's do it. So December. Let's go. 9 cards for December. Let's see. Sherry, what do you say? What do you say? Safi has to be here. Like after all, she was the inspiration for the channel. She can do whatever she wants. Right, Safi girl? Right? Oh, I love you. I love you. You're bringing luck to everybody, aren't you? So let's see December. Yeah, December. December. So we have Ace of Swords. Yes, madam, I need a little bit of this. Then we have Eight of Pentacles. And then let's go. Oh, we had Five of Wands, the Hierophant. Like this reading, like I have so many tarot decks, and I'm sticking always to the cat one, and like was getting boring for me. So I figured, like, I was thinking of the format that I can actually do different stuff. The Fool. Oh, the Fool is in the middle. Which is great. We are going to have some lightness. Six of Wands. Very good cards. Very, very good cards. Knight of Cups. So there it is. There is this person showing up. And I told you that it's like, right? Didn't he not have the Christmas kind of like next to him? There is like something happening. And I don't know, like, and this looks like this energy, but it almost looks like some kind of like fan. Could be this mistletoe. Page of Swords. That could be you, actually. Could be you because you heard this reading and now you're going to be a little bit of tricky. But look at, if you even look at the coloring of the cards, how much this one stands out, right? Because all of them are that night kind of like colorings that we have. And here kind of like we have this little bit of different lightness, different things happening. So let's start. The Fool, it's a really good one. It's kind of showing this lightness. It's showing that we are going to not wait for January. You know how most of us make New resolution, and like this one you cannot even tell, but it's a really, really nice card over here as well because the sun is shining right into it. So put it here so you can see it. But I think you guys are starting early. You're starting with some decisions, and it's almost like, I know it isn't showing, but this is to me almost like a ballerina. She's materializing, and look at this. She's almost like angel in some kind of book. Some of you will read, and if you didn't start reading, you have to start reading right away. This is just giving me like all of these steampunk vibes of some sort. Look at how powerful she is, Ace of Swords. This is one of my karma cards. Isn't this spectacular card? Look at this card.
Oh, she's gorgeous. I love that.
It's just like she has this like third eye going on over here. Look at that. Like somebody looks at you like this and you just like fumble down. Like this is you guys. You have this ability. So you have this ability to process things, to assess things, but you also have ability to feel things. So this could be that dude who's promising the world, like promising the marriage. Like there is this person who is coming on very, very strong. And this is why it's going to be very, very hard to walk away from it, right? So is this 5 of Wands or 8 of Wands? Oh, it's a 5 of Wands and 6 of Wands. Why did I? It's 8 of Pentacles. So 5 of Wands is that battle. So it's 5 of Wands is going to be that battle of will. So like at least we know it's coming right out of the gate. There's like somebody coming in and somebody wants what they want. And this is you guys. I felt it. I called it. And Page of Swords is somebody. Right now you have this reading really fresh in your mind. Right now you're going to say, no way, Jose, that's not going to happen to me. But this person has his way. Look at this, the Chariot. It's going to get to the point that it's going to be my way or the highway and I'm leaving. The Chariot is a single person who just takes in a car. And that also makes sense. That those trips are being organized and then canceled. It could be that they're playing a game and telling you a story, and then you live this kind of like fantasy, and then it gets kind of like pulled back because of other people or his ex who is a witch or something. So that's kind of stories you'll be hearing. So this is going to resonate for you guys, and then I suggest going to see the first part. 5 of Wands is that battle. Could be a person of a different religion, or could be a person who wants to settle you with something, and it's going to be a battle. Hierophant is always talking about what is right to do, but it's really interesting that some people use the religious scriptures as the right thing to do. That's not always the right thing to do. That is what some men in the 5th century said it was the right thing to do. If you want to go with that, that would be my guess. But this Page of Swords tells me you'll be really thinking through it. You'll be kind of like wondering how to deal things differently, right? 6 of Wands is a victory. As I told you, as we see there, you are victorious. We have a 5 and we have a 5. That's kind of like this indecision. And then the Fool is also like very happy-go-lucky. And the 6 of Wands is you win, but this can also be temporarily like, just make sure you express your opinion. Look at it. This is light. It's light is shining out on you. And if you don't do it now, like no matter how much flirtation, oh, you're my angel, you're lovely, and there's like this gentleman, and everything seems to be so old-fashioned, so beautiful, so idealistic, Knight of Cups swept off your feet, then you tell me why in this reading that is so perfect. Even the Chariot mesmerized with the moon and all of this wooing and stuff. So why is this person then leaving and the other person is saying words if this is so perfect? Because something just doesn't fit right. And we have something that is called intuition, and our intuition tells us this is too good to be true. So if it is really that good, like there is no need to rush. Like if somebody's pressuring you, well, let's put a ring on it right away or something. Just slow it down. Like things can work out later. With person like that, you can tame this person by actually stretching things much, much, much longer. So especially because December is very festive, you want to show off for your family, for your friends. Do not fall for it. You need to be a free spirit who is having a strong, strong mind. That's why we have this Ace of Swords. You're giving really good tools. And I feel that you guys have been with me for such a long time. You guys have really, really strong tools in your box. You already know how to recognize shadows. You already know how to recognize these kind of people. And it's not easy to pull wool over your eyes. But nobody's perfect, especially in this area where we all charitable and loving, etc. Do not overspend. Just get them a box of candies and just say that's all I can afford. And that's why you can test their hearts, right? To see how they do it. So let's go into January. Let's see what the January brings. December, so far so good. You're holding the reins over there. Let's see what deck do I take for January from these guys. Here, you want to pick one?
January's my month.
There's your month. So there you go. You can pick one or you can pick any one of theirs. Doesn't have to be necessarily the one that I have on a table. I have the one on top of the thing as well. I have it behind me. So you have here romantic tarot. You have a cat tarot.
This one.
Yeah, okay.
This one.
Okay, so Andy picked for January
I'm
romantic
hoping my
tarot.
birthday month is romantic.
Oh, let's see. When are you January what?
January 6th.
And Chris is Chris, right? Chris, you're going to have a birthday in this period. He's 25th.
He's the 25th.
Yeah, that's why he's Chris, right? Lovely.
Right.
So imagine like what a gift it was, like for a mother. No Christmas for you. We're getting the baby. Oh no, or this is your present, kind of a thing.
Yeah.
Hey Chris, what do you say? Let's have a sip of this. All right, so let's see. January. Nobody's talking. What is, guys, people? We need some communication. I didn't think anybody would join because like I was like so bad with my back. And then people got nervous. All right, January. And now we are 2024. This is no Happy New Year. And we are going to reconvene. I'm going to show up one more time, just simply kind of like to touch base, to see kind of how you are. And it's not going to be like going to see me only every 3 months. It's just going to be in betweens. But just these guys are going to be big. So let's see in January. So we have Page of Cups. Going to be flirtation.
Oh.
We have Three of Swords. Going to be a triangle. Flirtation and triangle. We have Six of Pentacles. The Six of Pentacles is financial support. Something is going to flow. Somebody is going to help. Then we have Seven of Wands. Look at how lovely the Seven of Wands in this one. Seven of Wands is kind of like establishing your territory as well. But in this case, it's almost like shifting to the new phase, like in a very kind of like calculated manner, like clearly the travel has been planned over here. Let's continue. It's also 7. It's on a clock. And this card, check this out.
Oh, that's neat.
Right, it's very neat. I fell in love in these cards when I saw them the first time. So what does this person look like on female form? You mean that like narcissistic person? So the female is overly feminine. Do you want to help how this person would be seductive? Because like we cannot resist this person. So in female form, she would be everything that you could ever dream of. So she would be the chameleon. Like she would pick up if you like bake cookies. She would pick up if you like mother. So let's go and visit your mom. Or if your mom passed away, let's go and visit the grave. And you would think like, where is this angel coming from? This person is just, everything I ever wanted kind of a thing, right? She would dress very elegantly, very properly. She would seems to be Mother Teresa, except she isn't. Except this person could have a whole bunch of debts. Except this person has lots of skeletons in her thing. And when you open that closet to get a dress for her, then she's going to kind of like, oh, well, this dress I wore with this and this. Like the cracks are going to start coming in. I'm assuming he's referring to the questions from Lenormand. Then we have here King of Cups. So things are progressing. Somebody's up in the arms. So something is starting with somebody not finishing one relationship over here. Let me just do the last 3. And we have here 4 of Cups. Then we have like the Magician. And then we have the 10 of Wands. These are not having the traditional meanings. So you just have to bear with me. As you can see, they're very rich in kind of like symbolism, and that's why I buy cards where they can actually speak to me. So first and foremost, this to me talks about it's the scene in Venice, and there's like something going on, kind of like, come baby, come to me baby, kind of like it's going to be maybe even meeting somebody very casually. It could be something outside as here, it could be somebody just asking for a ride, but that could have been done from completely innocent reasons. Somebody wanted, let's say, a customer, another person like this person, and then it's like going somewhere, and then there is a situation over here. So third party situation I see here, then I see here, then I see here. Then is a 2 of Swords, which also indicates definitely generate 3-party situation. 3-party situation, absolutely. Except we have lots of swords. We have a sword, we have a sword, we have a sword. Like they're going right through the middle, right? We also have cups. We have cups, we have cups, we have cups, right? And we have 2 wands and 1 pentacle, so not that dominant over here. The most dominant card in this reading would be the Magician, the Major Arcana, but also the King of Cups. So again, what I've told you, like in this general overview in the Lenormand part that I was doing, you guys have ability to walk away. So it's going to, remember how I said this person is going to have the ex, and ex is horrible, and they're manipulating you through the kids, and it's going to be a story like that. Mind you, every person I ever met has an ex that is horrible, right? It's a kind of universal kind of a thing, but this is going to be extra. And that negativity, like Chris, to answer your question, that you can, because what's the problem? What is the problem? I'll ask you until it's, because you will be tired of cookies. You'll be tired of doing things on her terms. You will see, like, it's not going to really, it's kind of like one of those horror stories where everything looks okay and then people start disappearing. or you find out, some bones that look human in a closet, kind of things. I'm exaggerating, of course, but yeah, right? Do you agree, Safi? What do you say? Do you have something to force Chris? Should be with that person? Yes, he definitely should be. Is he going to learn a lesson? That's it.
Boy.
That's what we know that. But we all will. You're not going to be the only one. We all will, right? Because look at that. Like they're coming from a subway here. Like, isn't this amazing? This like old cards. And like you don't want to let us see it. Magician is an amazing card. It tells me that you guys will be so agile that you'll be able to do whatever you want, however you want it. From look at this, like I mean, again, it's lots of flirtation that is really happening over here. Um, it's kind of like everything. Sorry, you're like right screaming in my ear. This is not fun. Not fun. Not fun. From basically like everything is so happy. Can I put you here, madam? Over here, pretty please. She's going to come down here if that's what she wants. Stay there. Stay there. So it's really interesting that we have like this coat of arms and we have the swords crossed over here because the crossed swords are talking about making this decision. Remember how I said that, something's going to look like too good to be true, the cracks are going to start to show? Well, they're going to start showing in January. In January, there's like the other card, other person showing up, male or female, it's generic over here. And this other person is going to be really good. King of Cups is not, it's not flamboyant like King of Wands, right? Another person, I'll take you places, I'll fly you to Bali, I'll do this. King of Cups is like quiet. He has something in his eyes that you connect with. He will make a handmade gift. It's very different person. It's a person who is going to listen. This is like the guys usually problem that we women don't like. Let me share something that we have, and the guys always want to find a solution for us, which is their action, their motivation to help us. At first, like, no, I just want you to listen. To tell me why do you think they're doing that? Not what I need to do. That I can figure out. I'll kill them, kind of a thing, right? But no, I just want kind of like this. Or Shafi. So this is all very good. January is actually very nice. It's going to be, other than this revelation that there's like somebody else also in the picture, and that somebody else. They will tell you this person is not important. They will tell you it's just, flirtation, but you're going to also see them flirting with somebody else. And that's why the travel was going wishy-washy, because somebody's arriving to see them. So that could be on the 7th of January. So keep that date in mind. And that's kind of like how you're going to start seeing something. You actually, believe it or not, you will get bored with this person. I don't think that's what is wrong, Chris. You're just going to, after a while, it's just not going to have the energy of some sort. It's really interesting because this card, it really talks about, and it's a 10 of Wands, it talks about burden. It's becoming a burden. Maybe you are not a person who wants to be like dressed up to the nines all the time. Maybe you're another person who wants to have the super clean house and your dog doesn't have hair and your car is clean, and all of a sudden, like, I just want somebody like Bianca's dog to love me. I don't want, all this perfection. And suddenly it's going to feel like that you want something more down to earth. Like you're coming from this underground, and underground was this mesmerizing, and I would say sex is good, probably. It's very romantic up to this point, but keep in mind when it switches to the controlling nature, it's going to be that person is going to dominate how and when or why, and that can be one of the control issues. But here, I would say another person is showing up. A person would be just maybe initially somebody you will talk. Remember, we did see the rabbit pulled up. Was it rabbit on? Do you remember where this rabbit was? Was it on? The rider, I think, was on the rider. Like something is going to be pulled up, or could be even on the clover on a bouquet. This is really good, guys. You are coming up with a solution. Magician is ready for everything. Magician can handle any situation. Right, Zafir? Do you think I can get it? I can get the forum here, Madame?
Just have a little bath.
Yeah, just let's have a bath right now. So that's, guys, it's also reading in itself. Just take care of yourself. Put yourself first. And that is kind of like how, not in a narcissistic way, because then you can turn it around and you can become that narcissist, right? No, but sort of like just see how this person would react to see that you're just regular person. Be very careful when somebody tells you, I have kids and my kids come first. What about you? You don't come first? You're like second? Like, isn't that kind of like how it shouldn't it be? So be kind of like careful about those attitudes, right? But I would say so far, I think that you guys in a really, so the chariot was the last one in the last month. So somebody was leaving. That could be you. You could have said like, you know what, this is going too fast. Let's slow it down a little bit. And then it comes here with more flirtations, or you start noticing that something is off and this person is maybe not texting back or something, and then maybe you realize that they have a visit, and that visit is not the sister, but it's actually the ex, right? So you are going to start seeing, okay, so this is the story kind of a thing. So that's what I'm saying. Just don't jump with 2 feet in. Just dip in your like feet up to the ankles, and let's see from there. So let's go March. Which we want, light sears or gilded? Decisions.
Light sears.
Light sears. Okay.
What are you squeaking for?
Actually, romantic was supposed to be February, but it's okay. Light sears. Actually, I do have. Can you grab that light sears? You see that in the corner, second shelf. So this is like I've got the small ones for the other one because initially I didn't know what I'll use. It must be a coral. He had a coral attack initially, or he saw your car. Okay, let's do light sears. And we're doing February, which is my month. So happy birthday to me. And let's see what you guys are saying. In December, you're December 24, Creative Guru. So you're Capricorn as well. They literally brought me to my mom in the stocking. Oh my God. Our little cat is looking around to find Savage. Sounds like you're talking about a woman you can never get to any depth with, and you think it because they're private and guarded, but they actually have no depth. Yeah, that's actually a good way to put it. So let's see February. And there we have kisses. That guy's seducing somebody here. February. Okay. So we have the magician again in February. We're continuing the theme. Then we have 4 of swords, but this one is reversed. So we'll try to relax, but we'll be out of luck on that one. Then this one was on the top. Then we have a 3 of cups. See, like flavor is changing. Then we have a king of cups. He's still there. He's there. Look at that. He's like so cool. He's into the Om. He's into the sound healing. You're going to love the sound of this person's voice. He has this very strong Piscean nature. Very much into the storytelling and connecting. You'll be connecting with this person on that one. 7 of Pentacles. Oops, the very top one, which is, again, we have a chariot. This time is reversed. Somebody's coming back. Somebody who left is now coming back. Maybe the visitor left, and now he can or she can come back. We have a 3 of Pentacles, but at this stage, you have this person coming in. You have the group of friends that you're relying upon. You're not curled up anymore and saddened that somebody has left. The magician in this particular deck is looking in the universe, is looking the meaning of that, is saying, asking questions. And look at this, like we see the Grand Wagon over here, right? Um, Ursa Major, I think they're calling it as well, right? So what is basically look at that connecting over here, spectacular. And then we have here the same group of people. So you have maybe 3 people and or even 4 people, and I would say overwhelming lots of women that are very nourishing and helping. These are very innocent. You know how I was talking about that snake and being somebody who is a little bit too intensely into themselves, but I feel this person is actually going to join in as well. And then we have a Knight of Pentacles, and then we have the High Priestess. So this is a little bit concerning. This is like basically how the entire deck is made with her image, because it's, of course, it's a tarot reader, but she's reversed, so she doesn't have those powers of insight. So this person is so overwhelmingly spiritual. This new person, it's almost like that you manifested this person, that magician in January, like the person was there in January, but this magician created that whirl of energy that is around it, that is like unleashing whatever blockages you have. Because you still have, like, look at, like, can you see it? There is actually a heart. It's a string of heart kind of like going around it. This should be R&R card, and look at their old bones and feathers around it, right? Like all of these tattoos are just basically some kind of like memories and these people who left the imprints on us. But this is reversing, right? And the 7s are also reversing. So like we are now in February, you're no longer having that I have to be guarded, I have to be controlled, or controlling attitude. It's kind of like you can deal with, you have friends, you have lots of friends. In February, which they declare it a love month, I don't know why, because Aquarius is not necessarily known for these big proclamations of love and stuff, but we are known for friendship, and really friendship that, we let people live on their own terms. But this person is now creating turbulence. This person, now we are rebuilding, we are going in a new direction, we are seeing something, we are seeing this value of maybe somebody from a friend growing to something else. And the thing is, like, here there is like this codependency happening, because the High Priest is being reversed, and this is, right, a magician on one side and she on the other one. She actually means that you don't have psychic powers now to deflect this. You are not able to read this person. And this person is coming on very strong, very, very strong. So this person is not going to make any influence. He's not going to, or she is not going to talk anything badly about this person, because this is your time to handle it. So if you really need people that will be your soundboard, it will be like these 3 girlfriends. There are some younger people, maybe a man with 2 children around as well. That's another friend as well that you have. I love Knight of Pentacles. This is my favorite of all knights. Why? Yeah, sure, like a Knight of Cups is great. He's like the prince in the shining armor. But this dude, hey, you hungry? I'll bring a lunch. This dude is like, you need a coat, I'll get you a coat. Like, he's very practical. He literally wants to take care of you, which is the biggest love, in my opinion. And to me, like, he's a friend, and he's the only one, which most people don't notice, coming with a dark horse. That could be Capricorn. And the dark horse shows he's very passionate, but he's allowing you to take things on your terms. So in terms of signs, we have Cancer, we have Capricorn, we have Gemini possibly here. Magician showed up. King of Cups would be Pisces. This would be Cancer, the Chariot. That could be Pisces as well. But this is you, more or less. This is like kind of your kind of like inner life. And he could be Earth sign or Capricorn in particular. So keep this in mind. This is reinforced with these other, because look at that. This person is almost like protected with a fence with tremendous amount of all your friends love this guy. So how do you know the other person is not great? Ask your friends, what do you think about this guy? And they'll tell you, don't know. If you like him, you go. You know, like how people these days, they're not candid anymore. They will not tell you, like, dump this piece of shit, which I would say, right? They'll say, no, but if you like him, blah, 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 blah. Get rid of those friends, for starters. It's okay. Now that you've done it, like, should I go with him? Well, you know, when you went for a room, he winked at me. And then you start to kind of like understand a little bit more. So that was February. And now,
Bye-bye, boy.
now we are going to go. So, well, you know, if you guys want to have somebody who is, but also keep in mind that this guy is not judgmental, but this guy is spiritual. You know what happens to spiritual people? They do not want to mix with people who will damage their energy. So if they see you, they will not dump you because your energy is damaged, but you'll be on hold. Kind of a thing, right? So if you want to get to this guy, which I would advise, don't do crappy shit that, you know, you end up being in a queue instead of like jumping into the action. And this dude is sexy. It's kind of like really sexy. So we have now two more possibilities, the Gilded or my standard deck, or I also have this deck that I bought and I still didn't open up. Little Prince for March. Did you read the book, The Little Prince?
I did. Years.
Little
years
Prince,
ago.
I'm currently studying and translating Strangers in my French lessons. Little Prince is a story spoken from the child perspective, but it has a really great message. And the ultimate message of the story is the friendship between a fox and the little prince. Where Fox is explaining to Little Prince that, you know what, there are many foxes. Because Little Prince got lied by the rose. He had a rose on his planet. And Rose convinced him, like this woman over here or this man in the city, I am unique. I'm the only one in the world, and it's nothing but and nobody but me. But the reason why she told him that is because she didn't want to lose him. She wanted to have Little Prince for herself, and that was the only thing she could do on her little planet. But when he came to Earth, and then he met Fox, and Fox explained to him, well, to you, maybe now I'm just a regular fox, but if you bring me food, and if you come back again, and then we see it, and then we play, and then I bring you something, then I'm no longer just a fox. I am the fox that you care for, the very special fox that you will remember, right? So that's the central kind of like message of the story. So anybody, guys, that you guys want to pick, maybe because Andy picked one, you guys can pick. Tell me what you want for the last month while I catch up with the things here. Creative says, with narcissistic people, one thing I learned is to be careful how much information, that's what I said, you give them. Watch how much you share about what you like and how you feel versus what they share. But they will share, they will drag you to their stories. They'll try you to protect them because they're always getting a short end of the stick, and it's kind of like why it works. There you go. As about Astro was for Gilded. I also have a bigger Gilded. Maybe I can get. Where is it? Good. You see, there is a here. Oh, check it. You see him bigger. Gilded.
Can you see?
Gilded. Greer. No. It's just like this size. This size should be enough. Yeah. Okay, so there's another one here. There's a here. See it here and there. And I have it in that box over there. Which came in first. Doesn't have very rich. I'll open that one if I can find it. a reference here. There. That is cute. Mm. Come on, I used it recently. I use it. Where is it? Where is it? Oh, maybe I have like 2 more boxes there. There are cards. What's it here? Looking for gilded. It was under my accounts. What is this? Celestial, crystal, vice versa. Cosmic, gilded. You found it. We found it. So, c'est la vie. Because then I'm going to have the spring reading with Little Prince. Okay, where's the thingy here? So let's see. Gilded is like one of my favorite. It could be, it's good for the beginners, it's good for advanced. And I got it from a really good reader. And they say when you get the cards from a reader, yes, you need to clean them, but they have extra powers. So let's see. We have 2 gilded over here. So I found one of accounts. Oh, that was you, Isabel Astro. Okay, good. They do share to some extent. Although first is usually they mirror you, and then they also, like you said, they're always the victim in all their stories. Yeah, victim, victim, victim. And like honestly, I'm so burned with these victims, and I'm also a sucker, and I give money to it that they really, really have to watch it. Okay, let's see the March. And with March, we are entering into the spring, and somewhere in the beginning of the March, it's going to be our next grand reading. But in the meantime, we'll be meeting once a month to see how everything is going. So, messages for March. Isn't this guy's better than, oh my gosh, look at the cards. Ace of Pentacles, 10 of Cups. I'm putting them in order how I see the Page of Swords reversed. Somebody is going to have something to say. Then we have Ace of Wands. Look at it. Ace of Pentacles, Ace of Wands, and 10 of Cups. There are lots of new beginnings. There are like some new resolutions. 6 of Pentacles. Again, we had a 6 of Pentacles in December. Remember when I said financial support of some sort? Now things are doing well financially. 4 of Pentacles, but you're still kind of being guarded with your finances. There is a Hierophant, so that wedding is off. Wedding is off over there. And there's the Empress. You, woman checked out. So whether you are chasing after a woman or this is you, this person is showing all of their colors and is saying, pardon my language, F it. I'm better off on my own than with you. Now let's see what this last card says. 7 of Wands. You're saying, you know what? You stay there, I stay here. Because you actually do have your life in the meantime. You kind of like figured it out. Because look, the center is the 6 of Pentacles. The 6 of Pentacles is one of these 2 cards that have the scale, or 3 cards. 2 cards. This one has the scale, and I think the Justice has a scale. 2 cards. And so he is measuring how much he gives, right? And here we have the hands, give it to me. So people are taking in all directions. So Ace of Wands is that fire from the past, which we've seen in Lenormand. That's that really soft-spoken guy. He's all emotion. For some reason, you're rating him lower than the other person. But in time, you're going to realize how much higher he is and how much of a better catch he is. So that is what is going to be interesting. And Page of Swords, I think this is where the mask is falling off. So there it is. This is really interesting to me. You're going for Ace of Pentacles and Ace of Wands and 10 of Cups. So it's almost like if it wasn't clear to you by now, the clarity is here. Because you're saying, okay, let's put this first stone in. Let's build our future, right? While somebody else is telling you, are you sure? Or like, I mean, there's like this decision between the two. So now when you're calling their shots and saying, okay, let's do it, let's go with this, they are backpedaling. They're backpedaling. Because look, his Hierophant is now looking in this direction. And the Empress is looking in this direction. And she's a Venus principle. There is like no attraction anymore. It's just gone. Which is really interesting because the Hermit is also a Venus principle here that we have it. But Hermit is like I have learned this lesson. Hermit being upright and being the major arcana. So now we have 3 major arcanas. They're all on the bottom. They're all in the area of lessons. It almost looks like this entire winter reading is now culminating because this is almost like a little mini. It's like a test that you're getting in March. Okay, did you learn this? Did you learn this? Like everything is like not gold that shines kind of a thing. And this is an argument. Page of Swords reversed is a nasty, nasty little prick who just cannot keep the mouth shut, who is blaming everything on you. So just, somebody's going to tell you some nasty things on the way out. There could be a child, or could be just like somebody who is not mature, I guess. Doesn't have to be literal child. Sophie, can I just finish this so I can fully focus, pretty girl? So this is the key. 4 of Pentacles is you're going in self-preservation mode. He's guarding things that he has from giving it away. Say, okay, I'm a giving person, I give and give and give, but this is not limitless. So we are guarding there. Like, look, he went from giving to holding and guarding to do not cross. Look at that, what we have over here. It's really kind of like getting into self-preservation mode, but I don't think it's running in fear. I think it's totally putting your foot down. Who you are, what you want. You're kind of like reconnecting with yourself. I think it's going to be a little bit of a spring cleanse over there. And you're going to attribute this, well, it was a nice little winter up there. Like, well, the weather was bad, but at least I was busy doing something. I guess. Look at it that way, because it's not going to really hit you. Like, and we see it in Lenormand. I was telling you, just don't move too quick. Don't say I'll marry you because that guy that I told you about, he wanted to marry me within 3 weeks. Literally, oh, my parents are coming. Let's kind of like have this like Vegas wedding. It's very crazy, right? So yeah, exactly. So it's very romantic, it's very nice, but if I'm 18, maybe I would do it, because then you can chalk it to the first marriage not working out. But now it will be third, and that wouldn't really work anymore. So in any case, guys, this is like what I have for you guys, and that's kind of like what we do. Are you guys getting buffering? I don't know. On my end, it doesn't show. At one point, it did show me that the microphone didn't work. For some reason, disconnected. I don't know what happened. Could it be that just Tiger pulled a wire or something like that? So when I reconnected it and restarted, it seemed to be looking okay. So this is my concept, guys, and I guess it's going to get more and more refined. I'm trying to get printed something like this, something of a big size. I'll have to keep it in the basket. The basket actually has advantages because I can throw my little charms in it and go with that. So I do wish everybody, guys, beautiful, beautiful Christmas and a Happy New Year. I think we are going to reconvene one more time before 2024 for just simply let's touch base, this few of us over here, for some short kind of like meeting, 45 minutes or 1 hour. Maybe in 2 weeks. What is it now? Let me just see. Now it is 25th, 9th. Probably most likely it's going to be around the 16th of December. Also, guys, as you are all old my friends, like if you want to order your annuals, you guys getting the price from the last year. I am not taking new clients until I clear everything out. As I said, there are 2 issues: no time and no energy. So we'll kind of like go with that. And that's it. You know where to kind of like get me. We can do the doors. Barb was not here today. She had other stuff. We can do the doors. So let's do the doors, guys. And we can seal the reading with that. Where are my cat cards? Let's do that for the door. So think of the question that you want to have the answer for. And let's go. Question. Yeah, I have to put it back because you said I'll have to shuffle it close to me so you don't see stuff like that falling. The door number 1, the door number 2, and oops, the door number 3. Okay, guys, pick the door that you want. Focus on your question. Let's work the energy through that. And let's go. The first one that fell out was 8 of Swords. 8 of Swords always shows me it's a situation that is really hard to find the answer. Like she is stuck in a tree over here trying to come down, but she's blindfolded. And then she'll have the harsh landing over here, interpreting the situation as hostile, difficult situation to kind of deal with, right? So I would say no, do not go in that direction. The door number 2, and this also shows sometimes when there is a third party situation, just keep this in mind. So we have a 7 of Cups reversed. That's actually not bad. 7 of Cups up, I would say it's definitely no. But here I would say maybe you have been dealing with somebody who didn't know what he or she wants. And now the options are not on the table. Now you look very appealing, or that might you might reach clarification or clarity of the situation of some sort yourself. So we can go with that. And so that will be yes, I would say. And the door number 3, we have High Priestess reversed and 10 of Cups reversed. So 3, who asked for 3? Because you guys are already dealing with that Mr. Wonderful. And I would say, no, it's not going to happen. And it's not happening because you are not tapping into your intuition. You can't right now. This person is not going to make you happy. In fact, the only way to actually make it work with this person if everything is on his or her terms. So take it or leave it. That's what I see it. So my dear friends, I really appreciate you joining me. I didn't know, it was just the last moment at midnight I posted on. I figure out it's not bad if I'm on my own the first time around. Thank you so much for joining in. I really appreciate it. So it is what it is. And this is what's going to happen and help us through the winter. You feel free at any point during this winter to go back to this reading and check all these charms and the houses that they fell in. You can put a question here in the reading and I will answer it because we will know the reveal will be happening over the next 3.5 months and it's going to be fun. Until the next time, I'll try to collect all of this Christmas stuff. Be careful. It's going to be something really around Christmas and the Christmas tree happening really soon, really immediately. So that's it from me. As I said, we are going to see each other on the 16th for a short while. So just come over to say hi. I'm going to do just for us here. This is like my dedication to fans, a little introduction to the entire overview of the next year. And it's going to be just for our little mini circle. So I love you guys. I wish you all the best. And I'll talk to you soon. Take care. Love you, love you, love you. I don't have musica here. Do I have a musica to play? Let's play something. And then I'll see the countdown. Oh, there is a kitten countdown. I'll put a kitten countdown. It's 5 minutes or 2 minutes. And then I'll say goodbye. And I'll see you in a couple of weeks. All the best.